Hello everyone, this is Katarina speaking, and I'll bring you the latest energetic updates and the light codes to go with it. And I'm so sorry, it's been such a long while since we've been in touch. My guide said I had to step away for all the shifts, upgrades that I've received until the summer solstice, and now these massive upgrades are happening for all of us going forward to the Lion's Gate. And some of you may have also felt on the 7/7, as well as this full moon, this intensity of light code streaming in, and the shifts and upgrades we are undergoing. And my guides are saying between the summer solstice and the Lion's Gate, collectively we are massively accelerating. And some of you may have already stepped through a dimensional portal. That can be that you went from 4D to 5D, from 5 to 6, or from 7 beyond. And those of you who are star seeds, wayshowers, wisdom keepers, you are always ahead of the curve. My guide said, imagine you are the first in line for those who are here to help. So of course you are going to be the one who's making those leaps and bounds much quicker than everybody else, and then you leave footprints for them to follow. So they're saying, don't feel discouraged if those around you or your nearest and dearest aren't quite on par with you, and you feel like, wow, what's going on? You know, I feel so puzzled, or in this energetic roller coaster, and you guys haven't quite reached it. It is how it's meant to be. You came here in order to show them the pathway while creating it yourself. And I remember in Sweden there's this saying, you're riding the horse while saddling it. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're right in the middle of it, and it feels like, oh my god, I'm already on the horse. Where's the saddle? How do I gonna get this all done? And you're running forward. And they're saying it's due to this time acceleration we are in. So the sense of time might not really work for you. I'm normally really intuitive. As you see, I never wear a watch. I rarely look at a clock at all, because I seemingly had always a good sense of time. And one day I was preparing myself and I was overrunning by 20 minutes. I thought, Christ almighty. Now the whole day went hayok after that. And it's all part of it. And for those of you where you feel like, oh my god, you know, I'm in this roller coaster, I'm feeling one day I'm super high energy, a couple of hours later I feel super low, then I'm going back up again. That is part of you receiving those really intense solar codes that are coming in. And my guides are saying the sun acts as a portal right now for the 7 spiritual suns, as well as codes from deep within the universe. So you could imagine all these codes are coming through the sun, and he's streaming us towards it. And at the same time, we have the super intense, we had a supermoon, the buck moon on Wednesday, that also amplified the divine feminine. The masculine and feminine energies are recalibrating, rebalancing, activating inner strength within us. And my guides are saying we are learning that intuition and logic can go in hand. You know, all these forms of separation where, no, it's either this way or that way, and now we're learning, oh no, we can combine these pathways. It's an interesting journey to navigate. I'm sure you can feel this as well. We're like, wow, how is this supposed to work? You may also recognize, my house has been completely redecorated. It's finished now, as well as my new phone totally packed in. So I'm using my old phone at the moment, and it's going to be repaired, and either I totally let that go and get a new one or whatever. It's also part when you really massively shift and upgrade. Electricity or electronic devices can pack in around you. You may also feel that you drop things, or you feel very difficult or have extreme difficulties in grounding yourself. And that's not just because your whole system gets completely rewired. It's also with those intense solar flares, they shift the electromagnetic field of Earth, and that's really hard to then ground and anchor yourself, because it's almost like the pendulum is going in all directions. Like, where is my anchor? How do I go deep into this one? So we're puzzled over on every level, if you like. And what else? And Ashta and the Dolphins say the more you can approach this with lightheartedness rather than, oh my God, I did it again, or, beating yourself up over certain things just not working out. And they're also saying the collective energy is very chaotic, and they show me this big ants nest, where you feel like, oh my God, they're running in all directions. There's no structure to this at all. And they're saying, overall, say in every country, in every community, or overall as humanity, we are in such different stages and dimensions. Some are in 3D, some 4D, 5, 7. The 10th dimensional gateway is opening. So some souls are already in the 10th dimension, some will follow around the Lion's Gate. So those souls that feel like I'm ready for stepping up, you will, around the Lion's Gate, really shift into a higher frequency. And with that comes that desire to change everything around you and realign it. And that can be that you buy a new wardrobe, new clothes, new things you're attracted to, that you make big changes in your house, in your home, in your life, where you feel like, I can't work this old stuff anymore. I've outgrown it, and seemingly I've outgrown my new phone already. So things like that can happen, and it can also be this feeling of this intermittent state. You're not the old anymore. You aren't quite the new yet, or you can't quite grasp what that new one is, what's coming with the Lion's Gate and beyond. And you're like, oh my God, so I'm neither, I'm not there anymore, and I'm not in the new quite yet. So this period is always the one where it's easy to get confused. And often when your frequencies raise dramatically, hours later or days later, you feel like, I feel extremely low now. What's happening? Have I really shifted? Have I lost my timeline? No, you haven't. It's just while your whole body is raising in frequency, you then feel the difference to your surroundings. So you have to raise the frequency in your home. Hence, I had to redecorate the entire house now. And with that, you really let go of the old. And also what's really strongly at the moment, old wounds, experiences, stuff can come up that's really deep and heavy. And my guides say, really be aware. It's a release and not a return of the old. Big difference. The old comes to be shifted out of our system. It's not coming to say hello and stay. It's hello to say goodbye. And one way my guide said, I think I've written it down here, how can I help myself the most and lovingly release this now? So what actions do I feel guided to do in order to release it and not get reattached to it? And one way, sometimes if it's really intense and overwhelming, it's just taking a deep couple of breaths. God, I can't speak today. Breathe deeply into it, and then on the out breath, releasing it. I was guided last week to have a couple of days off, and I went to the Lake District, and I had really deep stuff coming up. And one of the beech trees, I could really feel, she's like, come on over here, I help you. So I held her, and with that strength and energy from her, I could feel, I could let these energies come up. And then there was a river right next to me. So with that feeling in nature, that movement, it helped me to let it come up and then be done with it. Because some experiences can be really painful, and you're like, I really, really don't ever want to go there again. And you're like, shit, it has to come out of the system somehow. So if you surround yourself in beauty, in gentle energies, it can be music, scents, fragrances, it can be sounds in nature, whatever gives you that loving, comfortable feeling and that feeling of safety to say, all right, let's go there, because it's leaving me. It's here to shift out of me. Some of you who are very creative, I have a drum here that also helps just with the sound and the rhythm to let it go. Also, me being in the Lake District, so you have really beautiful mountains and great views. I really set the intention when starting to walk. With every step that I'm making, I'm allowing myself to release the old. And then when it's really, really all tricky stuff, where you feel like I absolutely under no circumstances can go there, and I had that as well. My guides always say, Katarina, connect to your future. So this is your past, the heaviest of the heaviest, or not that anymore, but it may feel like in comparison. And they're saying, where are you meant to go? You know, connect with your future. And it's like, how would I feel if that's done and dealt with? Oh, wow, my energies would be so accelerated. I feel lighter, brighter. I have more confidence, more courage. I'm excited. There's a zest for life. And then connect with that energy, connect to where you're going. And that helps you to, all right, if I feel this so strongly, if this feels so exciting, then I may do this. Or if you feel like, all right, if I get through this, then I give myself either a nice movie or do something that I normally wouldn't do, go to a fancy restaurant, eat something nice, get a new jumper, whatever it is, you know, or take that time to do whatever you wanted to do for a long time, so that there is a pull of your future rather than a drag from the past. And yeah, the lightheartedness is really a big thing, because the energies are increasingly chaotic, especially with the waking up of the collective more and more, and this level of disorientation. So who am I? Where am I? What's going on? Whereas those of us who are way showers, starseeds, wisdom keepers, divine feminine is rising extraordinarily. The Lion's Gate will be such a kickoff for women to, it's like, I'm here now. I'm done playing small. I'm done playing a certain role. This is me. Boom, no discussion, end of, love it or leave it. And that energy overall on Earth is increasing. So the divine feminine finding her truth, her voice, her courage, the self-expression. Whereas for men, where women stand in their power, for men it's more getting in touch with their intuition, their senses, opening up to a vaster experience of self. And together they will also learn to find those divine roles. You know, how do we co-create together? And the divine masculine is the strength and the protection, and the divine feminine is the portal into higher dimensions in many cases. And we have both aspects within us. So it's not like, oh, I'm either or. It's really bringing that together within. Is there anything else my guides want to share before? No, they're saying, let's crack on with the light language. All right, let's see what codes are coming in for all of us. And as per usual, you can put your hands over your heart, take a couple of deep breaths, connect with the golden light and the golden web of consciousness around you. The Christ consciousness is expanding and increasing, and I see a pink energy all around us, really that loving frequency, heart opening taking place. Okay. Iwashke kisi sinanamaha, miwa nana masa kiashka kasa sananamaha, niwan nini ashka kasa sanamaha. Iuyana, 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 Iwashke kisi sinanamaha, miwa kakasa sanamaha, niashke kisi sinamaha, niashke kisi sinamaha, miwa nanamasa, miwa nanamasa, ashkakasi sinamaha. Iwashke kisi sinamaha, Iwashke kisi sinanamaha, Niwa kiki iananaha, Iananaha, Miwa kiki sasanamaha, Miwa kiki sasanamaha, Niwashkakana, Niwashkaka Sasanamaha. Niwe nanamasa. Niwe nanamasa. Iwashka Sasanamaha. Sasanamaha. Miyashkeke sisi namaha. Miyashkeke sisi ashkaka sasanamaha. Siwakakan. Siwakaka sasananamaha. Miwashishina namasa. Niyasisina. Niyasisina maha. Aka. Blessed it be, so mote it be, and so it is. Wow, that was the divine feminine in various goddess forms coming through. In the beginning, really bringing that love, that courage, that also allowing your beauty to radiate, allowing yourself to really shine in all your colors and your glory. And my guides have shown me the peacock energy, and I've got various symbols of the peacock around me, and you can see a peacock here behind me as well. And that is a symbol for the divine feminine at the moment, to really allow that radiance and beauty and those many portals to open up. And the divine masculine came in to bring that groundedness, that courage, that protection, the anchoring in very strongly, and that heart opening, there's showing me pathways are opening for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And then the golden solar light beings came in, the dolphins and the whales, and all, it's an orchestra of courage and support. They're saying, we're all here, you're doing it, and it's going to be amazing. And I could see those golden and silver light showers coming in. And the next activation is going to be on the 7th of August, so it's the day before the Lion's Gate, to really have that Sunday, the energy, the calm, to bring it all in. And the Lion's Gate, they're saying it's already open, and it will accelerate from the 25th of July even further, the day of no time from the Mayan calendar, and it will just increase, and it will be open till even the 17th of August. That's really unusual. It's really an enormous length of time where it's really strong and radiant. And for those of you who are interested in the goddess course that I'm running end of August, I've only got very, very few places available. So if you're pondering it, I suggest you really commit to it, because otherwise the last 2 or 3 places are gone by then. And I'm really looking forward to it. I can feel that magnification of energies in my own live stream to support all 12 women to step step through those gateways and really discover the truth and purpose and overall energy. My guides are also saying we are now invited to discover on the deepest level who we are and to step into this fullness and living that purpose. And it feels like, you know, we are making steps and progress, and sometimes we're like, oh my God, I made a huge step. And at the moment we're invited for those huge steps. So with all of this being said, I wish you a most wonderful rest of your day, bright blessings, and I look forward to connecting with you soon again. Bright blessings.